Hello again, Lockpicking Paul here, and what I've got tonight is a Dom IX 5kg. And this is a really interesting lock, and it doesn't look like it from the outside. It looks like just a everyday Euro, but the pins in this lock are closer to that of a challenge lock's pins than a regular lock's pins. So it's really worth seeing the gutting of this. This is a lock I got from Left Hand Loki quite a while ago now, and I went off chasing a black belt, so this sort of sat in a bucket of locks that I've yet to get to, and I've only just sort of started closing the loop on some of the older backlog of locks. Christmas kind of got filled up with challenge locks, and so now I'm finally getting through to the old stock, as it were. So Loki, thank you very much for this. This particular lock is very old. It's, I think, had quite a hard life. It's pretty worn. It gives quite unclear feedback. It oversets at the drop of a hat, so it is a bit of a challenging pick, but it's worth it. The reward is worth it when you get to see what's inside the lock. So what we've got is it's a 5-pin dimple lock, very low lift pin 1, which oversets quite freely, and 2 very high lift pins in 3 and 4. They happen to be both of the Rattlesnake pins that this has. So you've got 2 4-disc Rattlesnake pins in here. There's an interactive pin, which you pick last. Once these are all picked, and it isolates down to the interactive pin. So you have to go locate that, and it's sort of hidden behind a stud in the keyway. And you just pop that and the lock will open. Other interesting things is the key pins and 1 or 2 of the drivers had steel cores. They've got brass bodies but steel cores in them, which is unusual. I think that's an N2 drill measure maybe, but it's the first time I've seen it in a lock. And just about everything else has like a T-pin with a sharp lip. They look like very fat gin drivers. So really interesting lock. And what you're about to see is the pick. And rather an extended gut, because there's a lot in here. There are key control pins and all sorts of things. So yeah, hang around for the gutting. It's really interesting. Right, see you soon. Okay, let's get it open. Need to be slightly careful with this. It gives poor feedback and likes to overset. But first things first, see if we can get it to isolate down to the interactive pin. Quite light tension. The Rattlesnake pins just need the lightest of touches. Right, that enthusiastic clunk was isolating down to the interactive pin. So hopefully we can locate that and pop it. So it's hidden behind a little stud. There you go. Making me a bit of a swine to get onto. But there we go. That is open. Yeah, a bit of a protracted battle that. But it is open and I am very pleased to get it open. Right, let's change the focus and we shall gut it and have a look at the awesome pins that are in this lock. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will lock it back up because we'll use the key. Right. Are they trapped in there? Yeah. Let's get that C-clip off. Let's change the angle of that. Now, the question is, can I get a shim in there? I'm not sure if there are key control pins in here. So there could be all kinds of stuff flying out. Let's see how we do. Yep, key, well, that's a pin. Oh no, it's one of the key pins. I think it's one of the key pins. Maybe not, maybe it was a key control pin. Yeah, it was a key control pin, because that's one of the key pins. Right, too many pins in too many locations. There's a lot going on in this lock. That's another key control pin. I'll sort those out in a minute. Right. There's something I want to show. It's some really unusual pins in this lock. Yeah, one of these is the stud and one of these is the interactive. So I think that one there is the interactive and that one there is the stud. So yeah, that aligns with the interactive ball bearing. And that one there that one doesn't move. That's like a stud that prevents you getting access to that. That's what you find when you're picking that pin. You find that and then put the pick in behind it. Right, so that's the studs. The key pin, the key control pins go on the side here. Most of those two pins there. Now the key pins, most of the key pins are solid like this, but a couple, like these ones, oh, if I don't throw it across the desk, have a steel core. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe it's an anti-drill thing. But but yeah, there you go. Definitely steel. The pins appear to be, well, they're a bit pink for brass, but I'm guessing they're brass. Yeah. All right, so that's those. Let's have a look at the drivers, because actually the drivers are where the very cool pins are. These are great locks. There's some fantastic pins in them. So pin number 1 is like a T-pin with a very sharp lip. It's kind of like a fat gin. Number 2, another fat type gin T-pin, but again, steel core to it. This one doesn't have a steel core. Here's the party trick. Those Rattlesnake pins. I believe Dom are the only lock manufacturer that has a Rattlesnake pin. So these are sort of like challenge lock pins in this lock. Right, what else we got? Yeah, another Rattlesnake pin. So the two the two very high lifts were both Rattlesnakes. Then that's our interactive pin driver. Up next, that's got a tiny spring attached to it. Can we zoom in on this? Kinda. Not a lot to write home about. It's like a slight mushrooming to it. I'm just going to put that off to one side. And pin number 5. Is another sort of T-pin affair. So yeah, it's a bit challenge locky. Those are interactives. I'm going to leave those in now they're in place. Let's have a zoom up on these pins, because they are very interesting. Have I got too much light? Yes, I have. Still got too much light. I'm going to have to stop using a metal tray, I think. It's catching the light. Something wicked. So there's our interactive up there. Fancy pants pins. That's the Dom, what is it, 5kg? IX 5kg? IX 5kg, there you go. Right, super duper. Glad it's picked. Cheers.